Yeah, so we're going to go through some of the new arrivals here at Watchtrader. Kicking it straight off with the yellow gold champagne Isoflex Sky Dweller with that new fully adjustable glide lock, which is new to all the Sky Dweller Isoflex range and also the Yachtmaster 40 range. We've got Datejust 41 Rhodium with the smooth bezel, full stainless steel watch.
Very clean looking combo.
Clean watch, perfect every day. Yachtmaster 40 Steel and Rose, black dial. So it's almost like a graphite grey kind of dial.
Is this the watch that you sold at the London Watch Show? Remember the gentleman who traded in a... Was it a bluesy he had and he bought that one?
It was a bluesy that he had, then he bought a chocolate.
Oh, right.
So it was a chocolate dial, so you don't actually see many graphite. Everyone likes the chocolate, but
right.
people like the graphite as well. You don't see it as much. And then we've got another Yachtmaster, but this time being the Yachtmaster 40 Oysterflex, rose gold, 40mm.
You know when you're buying
Really
these
hot
in
model.
then, and it's on an Oysterflex, how do you know the different sizes? Like, is there a reference on them or something
Yeah,
like
so if you look here, I don't know how closely you can get. So you've got the lettering on the strap, so you can get a F, E, D, G, E.
Right.
And basically, if you go online, you can see what's meant to be at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
which is perfect fit for you. There's actually like a forum that does like the equivalent to links,
Mm-hmm.
so you can always like get the right adjustment. Then the next watch is another Datejust 41, but with the white gold bezel, Jubilee bracelet, blue dial. Really clean watch again, perfect every day.
Yeah, that's up there with the Wimbledon in terms
Yeah.
of popularity, isn't it?
So this is probably one of the hottest Datejust 41s on the market alongside the Wimbledon. Another Datejust 41, it's the Wimbledon dial, hottest on the market dial wise, with the Oyster bracelet and the smooth bezel. Smooth bezel's a great substitute to obviously getting the white gold watch with the white gold bezel, because obviously the price difference, this is 10,500, this is 8,500, so it's a lot of watch for the money in comparison.
And some people just prefer the smooth bezel, don't they?
Yeah, people prefer the smooth bezel because it's very clean, it's flush with the watch. Then this is obviously no introduction needed to this. Pepsi Jubilee, brand new, 2021 model.
Very nice. And what are these? Because these have jumped up a little bit
In
recently,
the
I
past
think.
month, these have jumped up probably like £1,500 to £2,000. This is retailing at 18,500.
And that's a brand new watch,
This
though.
is brand new 2021. Pre-owned from probably 16,500 to around 18 grand,
Yeah.
depending on obviously age. Moving on, we've got the 41mm new model blue kit Submariner, steel and gold. These have started creeping up as well, so these were probably priced at around 13,000, 12,500 to 13,000 probably about 4 months ago. Then now this is retailing for 14,500. So that's another watch that's on the rise.
I feel like I remember when those were like in the 12,000 range.
Yeah, so
Not that long
the
ago.
retail price is 11,450.
Mhm.
So we were buying them just slightly around retail price, if not a little bit below at the start. And now obviously they're creeping up, so we're giving over retail price.
Mhm,
So
mhm. It's a
New
discontinued watch, isn't it?
yeah, so it's an unworn discontinued Explorer,
39mm.
39mm.
I still do quite like this watch. I know the 36 is the more classic, but
Yeah,
a lot of people like the bigger watches,
yeah,
don't
it's
they?
a stunning watch. Really clean. And something a little bit different. Not something that we see every day at Watchtrader. So we've got two. So I'll start off with the Tudor, and then we've also got a Bremont. So two watches that aren't really popular here, but we do buy everything.
So I think Bremont's or Bremont is a English watch brand.
Yeah, correct. So this one with
It's
the
got
orange
quite an
detail.
interesting side case, isn't it? It's like a knurled orange. I'm guessing it's steel. Maybe it's aluminium. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I think it might be aluminium. That's a really cool watch. So something a little bit different. And we've got the Tudor. Harry, I'll let you do the honours. What this is called.
I believe it's the P01.
Lovely watch.
Very unusual, but has a lot of the classic Tudor, like the
Heritage,
snowflake,
yeah.
the snowflake hour hand.
Sick watch. Would that be? That's a diving watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I think
diving
it's some sort of heritage-inspired watch. I don't know too much about it. To be honest.
It almost reminds me of like the new Chronos with this same strap.
But the strap, I think it's a rubberized strap on the inside with like the leather insert.
Yeah.
And then it's on a deployant.
I suppose that's just for comfort and obviously the look of the leather, then the comfort of the rubber. And then moving on to two watches that are probably the first in the world. If not, I know for a fine fact it's the first in the UK. So we've got two of them. So it's the new rose gold Daytona with the factory diamond dial. Just released, so it's a 2021 model.
Black face. It's a sexy watch. That.
Yeah, very
you know
sexy
what I mean?
watch. So obviously you would have seen with the baguette dial, that's what they've always had. So now they've brought out obviously the diamond pointers rather than the baguette, which I just think's a lot nicer and cleaner. So these are two of the first ones in the UK for sale, and we have them both available today.
How much are those going for?
These are going to be retailing at 60,000 each.
Okay.
For brand new box and papers.
So I've not pretty much everything that's come in looks like it's in almost like brand new condition,
Yeah,
right?
so 99% of everything I've shown you is brand new, so all with box and papers, available to purchase today. They'll be on our website by the time you're watching this video. I can't guarantee that they'll all be available because they get snapped up pretty quick. And this one, the last one that I'm going to show you, is actually a watch that you would have seen before.
So this is in an older case.
So it's actually
All right, okay.
something you've seen before in the previous video. So it's a Steve McQueen Explorer.
This is a different one though.
No, this is the same
this
watch.
is the same one.
So we sold it a few days after the video went live last time, and the customers wanting to free up some cash and capital, so he's brought it back and we've took it back. So we were pretty happy to give the same money back in a deal. So
Fair enough.
we've got it back in stock, so we're pretty happy to have it. Don't know whether to sell it or not, or keep it in the safe, or what to do with it, but that's available also for the right money. And that wraps up the new arrivals at Watchtrader.
So it's just a little automatic Breitling. It's alright, would resell it, but probably that's what we want to give for it, around 300 quid. Yeah? You want to sell it?
Yeah.
No worries.
So Stuart, I think I overheard you say it was a Breitling Colt.
It's a little Breitling Colt, yeah, just a little gents wristwatch.
And that's like circa 1990s or
I
something.
think it's a 1994, so it says on the date, so yeah, around 90s. Give it a refurb, bring it back to new, and we'll just, it'll be a nice little watch for somebody.
That's what my husband did. He bought it as his first
This
watch.
is his first watch. So they're good little, they're nice little watches for your first watch, But yeah, I'm happy with that, no problem.
How long did you have it for?
He bought it in.
Well, it says 19 something, doesn't it?
It's 19 something, but he bought it from King's Jewellers in the galleries.
And they thought that was the actual paperwork, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's just like us giving you like a warranty,
Yeah.
basically. That's what it is. That's why the price reflected on it. Did it 36, 19... What year was that? 1990s?
1990. We were just looking at one of these with a diamond dial yesterday,
so
weren't we?
Yeah.
for value for money, like something like this is like 10,500, 11 grand. So you get like a full gold watch for like probably around the same money, like around the 10 grand mark. So it's a lot of watch for the money. I'll just do you a buying sheet.
I'm come for my video.
No video.
They've been asking where you're at.
You can
Are we missing you?
You can put it in.
And that's a long time since you've been on the YouTube. They've been asking for you to come back on, so.
And all my fans are asking for us, you know.
That's the one then.
Not often you get a 90-year-old on your camera.
Grandad Dennis is back. There he is.
The man himself.
He's come to check out what's hot. I think he's after
After a bus down again,
he's after a bus down.
Got one in for you.
Say what
I'll pass it over, but I'll let you wear it instead of
Right.
me. There you are.
Oh,
What do
that's
you think of that?
lovely.
Think it would suit me?
I might get on my grandsons for my Christmas box.
He's after either
Right,
what's
come-
or his wages.
Depends how much it is. But I got one of these for your mother for her birthday.
Yeah.
So these tears in my eyes. That's cool. Hey, they're lovely. Bloody hell. Look at these all the same, man, Daddy.
A lot of Breitlings and shooters.
Breitling, Tudors, Omegas, a little bit
Nice,
different.
Nice yellow gold yacht master.
Oh, that looks a better one. Oh, this one. I thought you were putting a card down there for it. Lovely, this. That's for the rich. Your granddad not rich.
Would you rock it?
I've given all my money away, but I can't take it with us.
So we've just been to the watchmaker to collect our brand new Datejust 41s with, if you can see that, the custom dials that we bought at Munich, which you would have seen in the last video. We've got the Tiffany. So these are great substitutes. So obviously the original watches, this is pretty much based off obviously the Tiffany OP, which is now priced at around, for 41mm, around 13k. So it's a great substitute for that, which looks the exact same. In the middle we've got the palm dial, so again, compared to an original OP with the, Datejust with the palm dial, it's a massive saving.
But they don't even make the palm dial in a 41.
Yes.
So if you want that style,
Exactly.
but a bigger watch.
But a bigger watch and you don't want to get a 36. And then we've got the candy pink Arabic. Again, candy pink only goes up to 36mm, so it's quite a good substitute.
So just a bit about these watches though. These are all original Rolex watches.
Yes, so these are all original. They started off as original Datejust 41 smooth bezel 126 300s. These actually had a black dial, silver dial and a Zero blue dial, which also comes with the deal. So if you buy one of these for 8,500, you'll also receive the original dial, which we can put in at any time for you if you want to swap it out. But this just gives a good alternative and it switches it up a little bit, obviously compared to the original watch.
And if at any time you needed to service the watch, you could send it to Watchtrader, have the original dial put back in.
Yes, and you can send it to Rolex and they would service it just as an original watch.
One more piece. I'll give that to you there, Josh.
Yeah, so we've got the, don't know if you can see, so that's a very dark green Arabic dial. This one's probably one of my favourites. Obviously, anything green on Rolex just goes crazy. This one with the Arabic. This one's actually got the white gold bezel. So it's a 126334. Yeah.
The green looks a lot like the OP green.
Yeah, so it looks
but
like
it's matte.
Yeah, so this is a satin finish. So it's not too flat, but it's not too glossy either, like obviously the shimmer off the other dials. But yeah, really good substitute if you want obviously the really hot OPs, but for a fraction off the price. And obviously it comes with the original dial, this one with the white dial. So pretty much you're getting two watches for the price of one, and you've got something very unique and what you'll never see again anyone else wearing.
So,
Are these some that you've bought, Billy?
yeah, these are all the watches I've bought. A guy called up the shop and he had like around 10 watches for sale.
10.
I ended up going to a deal and I bought around 8 of them. So,
Hey, so
three
this is the
set
first
today,
three.
first batch
Do you know
today.
what? Do you know what these are, or is this?
I got I spoke to them about 2-3 weeks ago, so I will just have to open them up and see as
see
we go on. Tudor, couple of Tudors, couple of Pateks, and a couple of Rolexes, and I think there was one Cartier.
Okay.
Wow.
So that looks like a Black Bay 41mm Heritage.
Yeah, this is probably I think the first one that I've seen. Look at that condition, though. Brand new. It's in a matte finish.
I think that'll be DLC coated
Yeah.
or PVD coated.
So this is an old, see it, old GMT, if I believe. Get on there.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Come on, Watchtrader.
I believe that's a 1997 full box and papers.
Stu?
Nice dress up watch. It's very smart. On the blue leather strap.
Very slim, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's very light. Have a feel of that.
Let's have a look.
Very light. Full box and papers again.
Yeah, it's nice.
Something-
Billy. Nice dress.
Something
watch.
for maybe the older guys.
I don't know. I
something-
think that's quite
Like
smart.
personally, I wouldn't wear that.
Mhm.
Well, that's just maybe because of my generation. Would you wear that, Harry?
I think so. If I was wearing a suit or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a very smart watch. That'll go through our photographer. It doesn't need a polish. It's like new.
Hello mate, how are you? You okay?
Thank you. Just been speaking to someone
For the
about
day,
that,
just
yeah.
take a seat mate.
Thank you, buddy.
There's the watch. So I brought our tray for the 41mm.
Yeah.
If you wanted to take a look, so we've got bi-models, custom dials and original dials as well. So just so you can see the difference.
Yeah,
But I know you wanted that one
Yeah.
originally, and the Zero blue, white.
So is that a different blue to this
Yeah.
one?
So if you look, so that's
lighter
called an Zero blue with the Roman numerals. So it's like a lighter blue, whereas this is darker with the pointers.
Yeah.
Which I prefer this one, but obviously some people just prefer this one. But
I probably prefer that blue, but I like these
with the bracelet and stuff.
Yeah, smart, like, innit?
Yeah, it's lovely. So you got the Jubilee bracelet, fluted bezel, brand new, 2020, November 2020.
And that's boxing papers.
Yeah, so that's your papers. So they call it papers, but it's actually
Yeah,
a warranty card. So that's your full 5-year warranty. So you've
Yeah.
got 4 left yet. 4 years left with Rolex.
I know these retail for like 8-ish. What will this be like?
Holding
As an
its
investment,
value-wise.
yeah, it'll be
so
alright.
over
Even-
time, it'll hold value and probably go up in value the longer you keep it. So if you keep it for like 3 months, you're probably going to lose a bit of money. But
Yeah.
if you keep it long term, it'll always, everything steel Rolex Sports will always hold value over time. Put it that way.
Yeah. I've got a Daytona in my bag that I'd like you to have a look at, and just price, just out of interest. But I got that at retail at like 12.4 or something.
What is it? A bimetal one, 2-tone one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
did you buy that?
2018.
So the list price of that's went up as well.
Yeah.
So it makes the market price go up a little bit as well. So it goes up every year.
Can you make that smaller? Just
Yeah.
so I can see it on.
Yeah. I'll take 3 links out to see what it's like then.
So
That's it with 3 links taken out. So if you want to try that, then we can try it. So then you've got your 5mm extension on here as well. So it's a little bit, probably still a little bit. Depends how you like to wear them. I like to wear mine tight, but
little
obviously
bit
it's probably a
tighter,
little
yeah.
bit loose. Yeah. That gives you a gauge off the watch.
yeah. And what year is this one?
So 2020, yeah. So it's November 2020. Full set, both tags, everything.
I wanted more of a daily one rather than, because I feel like the Daytona.
Thing with the
I wear-
steel and gold, it's a soft metal as well, so it scratches very easy.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Jubilee,
It's
small
spotless.
links, yeah, the only thing that really gets like obviously major scratches is the clasp.
Yeah.
Other than that, the full bracelet, it never really looks worn.
Right.
That's the good thing about the Jubilee. Whereas if you see like a steel oyster,
Yeah.
you've got all this to scratch because it's bigger links. So as a daily watch, like a Jubilee
I much
Datejust is
prefer the
perfect.
Jubilee
Yeah. Do
bracelet.
you want us to take one more link out
Please,
and
yeah.
see what it's like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a water or a coffee or anything?
I'll have water, please.
Yeah,
Is it champagne palm as well?
So the palm dial I think only comes in 36, like officially,
Yeah.
and obviously this is a
I'm
like
sure
an
there's a-
aftermarket custom
I'm sure there's a
style, but-
champagne one as well.
Yeah, they do. They have got a champagne. I think.
like that
I
one.
think we've got the 36 in the champagne. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Nice. And what's that? Like 12-ish or something?
It's up for 12,250. So around the 12 grand mark. It's a really cool dial. So did you see this one? Yeah, the custom.
Yeah.
So it only comes on a 36. So that's why we put that dial in it. So it comes with the original dial, but we'll give people the option to obviously have a palm dial 41 mil. It's not everyone likes a 36.
So I'm looking for a watch for me wife.
That's always a good
It's-
option. With the new dial, we'll have Wimbledon as well,
It's
which is quite a hot
36.
model.
36 is too big for a.
No, so Jack's wife and Stu sort of both wear 40 mils. A lot of ladies are wearing
Right.
the bigger watches now.
Right.
So you probably 10 years ago, everyone used to wear like 26 mils, but no one wears them anymore. They all want like men's size watches. So I'd say 36 is probably the new midi as opposed to like a 31 mil.
It's nice that as well because that's like the very iconic two-tone
Datejust, yeah,
Datejust,
so
but
it's-
it's got a bit different about it.
Classic watch, but it's like a brand new model with the new dial.
Be pinching off if I get
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing. You can wear it and she can wear it, so it's perfect. Let's rip one more link out. So if you want to try, it should be perfect now. And you've got the little extension to clip in as well, so it's, you can make it a little bit tighter. What else do you have?
Just them two.
Do you want to sell the Daytona?
No, I'd like you to price it though, just for my curiosity.
If we were buying it today, we'd give 14.5.
Alright.
It's probably worth, what's it worth? 2018 Daytona. Black, plain,
Yeah, we give 45, 15 grand.
What would you sell it at?
like 16.5 grand.
Right.
Need to get a refurb because you've battered it.
Nah, I've worn it.
That's the thing with something like that, you can batter it every day and it'll
Right.
never look like this, do you know what I mean? Because it's only the class that can
Just
actually
that.
get. Yeah, we can get this polished for you if you wanted it. If you were going to put this away for a little bit, we can always get it polished and it'll be like brand new. So it would literally, if you're going to
How
wear
much?
that every day and put this in the box,
Yeah.
we'll refurb it and it'll be like literally brand new.
And how much would that be?
120.
Just to refurb that?
Yeah, just to refurb it. But it'll come out like it'll come out like looking like
And it does no.
probably like literally that.
It does nothing to the value of it. It doesn't
No, nothing
like
to
come
the
up.
value. No,
No.
just a light refurb. Which is an option if you wanted to put it away. So
That's
just
what
get
I
it
was
minted,
gonna
then
do,
it would
yeah.
be like brand new again.
Yeah.
So when you
Sound.
come to sell it, it's like a brand new watch rather than.
And would I just leave that with you?
Yeah, so
today?
you could leave it. Then we'd probably get it back by what day is it?
Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday. You'd have it.
No rush, like. Nice, right.
What are your thoughts?
Do really like it. Do like it in the Wimbledon though.
Yeah, Wimbledon. But obviously you've got the green.
Yeah.
We've got one of these in the Wimbledon.
Perfect.
No.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more money as well because of Wimbledon. It goes like Wimbledon, Blue Dart, Rhodium,
Right.
in terms of like pricing and
Yeah.
everything like that.
But you think holding on to this for a good few years,
Yeah,
I'm not going to lose.
no, it'll appreciate over time. If not, you'll get probably your money back
So,
over a few years. So
and what's this on for?
it can be 10,250. So that's brand new 2020. That's the one that just went on the story the other day when you seen it.
Yeah.
So brand new.
And I've seen ones on Chrono 24 for like 9,798.
Mm-hmm.
And what would be the difference with them? Like why?
Probably either they're not brand new, full set, probably not in the UK, and they probably might not have them in physical stock. That's
Right.
only what I could say to that. But for 9,700, I would probably be near on enough a buyer for probably just slightly less than that. I'd probably buy it myself to stock. It's creeped up slightly a little bit as well in the past like month or so. Just everything that's going on with obviously the supply.
I think I've got them saved on here.
Yeah.
Like, have a look at them.
Let's see. So that one, never heard of them, but they've only got 9 watches listed, so I'm guessing they're not like an actual boutique store. This one's a private seller for 94, so obviously the markup difference is
Right.
just where a boutique store.
Yeah.
You're buying with confidence, you're not buying from some random person.
Got you.
Something like this is probably just another private seller, but he's got a few watches that he's probably selling, yeah. So it's like buying a car from like a main dealer with confidence rather than just like a second-hand car
Yeah.
garage, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get full warranty with us as well. So you've got four years Rolex, but you also get a warranty from us for 12 months.
Right.
So anything that goes wrong with it, you can bring it back. And we'll give a free polish with that, or we can give a free polish with your
Right.
Daytona.
All right.
It's
Look
part
at
of the deal.
these.
Yeah, go on. Do that. So this is your warranty card. So it's a little bit different to your Daytona because yours is an old style white and green card. So this is the new Rolex full green card that came out in 2020. That's your Datejust booklet. That's obviously both your swing tags as well.
What do you do for 10?
I think you'll need, 10 grand.
Yeah. And wire that over or just
Bank
wire
transfer.
it?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
I'll print your invoice out. Have you been looking for that specific one for a while, or was it
Yeah.
just
Yeah, and
you
they
seen
just
it? And
seem
you
to.
liked it?
You'd never see them in the stores now.
Nah,
There's-
the thing is, like probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years, like we would give under retail price for Datejust.
And you could see,
like, you could see like the odd one in the window, and then now I think what happened was the Wimbledon dial just went crazy, so then it pushed the prices up of all the
all
dials.
of them.
So now all of them are trading above retail. Like we never ever used to give above retail, but now it's crazy.
And we'll use refurb that, will you?
Yeah, we can refurb that for you, no problem.
Sound.
Serious deal there.
Oh, Josh must be in a good mood today.
He knows I'll come back, that's why.
I'll put everything there, then I'll get your box. So just keep that in there. You know what the crack is like, keeping your cards in
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it's stunning.
tags and stuff. And with the Daytona, I'll take it, but just take everything with you, so the box and papers.
Right,
But we've only got the watch.
So what did you say that would?
We would purchase it around 15ish, and it's in the market 16.5, 17 max.
Right. That's not too bad for 2 years, really.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things that we get frequently asked to do is sell collections of watches or purchase collections of watches. On occasion, as this, we couldn't agree on a purchase price, but one of the things that we've suggested to the seller is that we do the sales on a SOR basis, an APRO basis, or what our friends across the pond like to call consignment.
So, APRO,
Sale return, consignments, all the same
thing.
So this is a very, very rare example of a 36mm day date in yellow gold. The rarity of the watch is the dial. Now that dial was produced in the late 90s, and it's just recently been done again. It's a piece of stone called ferrite.
Ferrite. So what is that? Some
Ferrite.
sort of iron?
No, it's you'd think with it having an ite,
Yeah.
but it's a piece of stone. So
Okay.
as the meteorite, as the lapis lazuli, all of these are slithers of stone
Right,
that are
okay.
made into dials. So this is genuine factory Rolex.
Could I grab that?
I'm just looking at the back of the watch there, and a couple of weeks ago we had this with a vintage watch. It's still got the remnants of the Rolex sticker on the back, which tells you the watch has never been refurbed. It would tell you that the watch has been very, very lightly worn. This watch is a 1998, which comes complete with box, papers, swing tags, handkerchief, calendar.
So it's full set.
I think it's even got the original receipt in or an original valuation.
Okay.
Now this is where, to people new to the watch game, can you believe that this watch retailed at just over £10,000 when it was
for
new?
a full gold.
For a full gold, rare dial. There was no premium, probably a small premium for the dial, not like you'd get charged £5,000.
So back when this was available in the jewellers, right, what dials could you get? You could get your standard, like, champagne dial.
Your classic champagne,
Yeah.
which is what I'm wearing, which we'll touch on a little bit because that's a London Watch Show watch.
Right.
You would get your classic champagne baton dial, champagne Roman. Then
Okay.
you'd go to white, Roman white buttons.
So this would really be a special piece that they might only get a few of per year.
What they would probably do, similar to what happens now, is one of the better customers, one of the regular customers might be told there's a watch becoming available in a ferrite dial.
Yeah.
Back in 1998, the watch game isn't like it is now.
No.
This watch might have sat in a shop window for a year, for 2 years. One of the things that I was going to get to is we are advertising this watch for £30,000. I think it's probably just gone live at 29,995. There is another one for sale in the UK at 35, and there's a one abroad at 40. People know these watches are collectible.
Yeah.
It's not only collectible, it's beautiful.
So that obviously has the gold Roman numerals,
One of the things that we always do,
the band stretch test,
the stretch.
or lack thereof stretch.
Lack of stretch. That's very, I mean, for a watch of this age, and like I say, it has the remnants,
Just lower it a second.
remnants of the green sticker on the back. So this watch isn't going to be refurbed. The watch will be left in its current state until it goes to a new home. If the purchaser would like the watch servicing and refurbed, that's their choice when it's their property. Something we can do here.
So what I was going to ask is, did that only come with Roman numerals?
The ferrite dial then was only
that's the only
Roman
configuration.
numerals. I've
And
never
were
seen
they just in that colour? I'm guessing that's the natural colour.
That's the natural colour.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I always say, if I'm wrong, somebody please politely put me right.
Yeah.
Don't have a go at me, but I'm not, not everything right.
Yeah, of course.
We've spoke to a gentleman recently, and I just said, look, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
In my younger heady days, I would probably waffle through and bullshit my way through it. But now I find if you don't know, just say you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think this is the epitome of classic wristwatch. It's not a vintage watch as the Explorer. It's not a vintage Daytona, but it's a modern era, a watch that's produced today. What's the equivalent? 23, 24, 25 grand with a normal dial.
Yeah.
So this watch has been cherished. The fact that it has everything intact, I would say that it's its original owner. It's just a little piece of watch history, a little bit of, hopefully it goes to somebody that'll appreciate it and somebody that wears it sparingly.
So I'm going to jump to a watch that I haven't seen before, and that is this one, and it has Patek Philippe on the dial, but it doesn't look like a Patek Philippe that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, so you would recognise a Nautilus, as most people would.
Yeah, or a Calatrava or something.
A Calatrava, or the likes of, if it was on a rubber tyre tread, you'd realise Aquanaut.
Yeah.
People say to me, I've just seen something in a magazine and it had an orange strap and an orange hand. I say, are you sitting down? Obviously, when they realise how much that watch is and how much it sells for. Yeah. When you're talking realms of Nautilus, it's stratospheric. This is probably a comparative, probably early 2000s Patek Philippe. It's called a Gondolo.
Okay.
The reference is 5711. I don't know the next bit.
Is gondola, is that similar to like what, they go in the water in Venice?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
The gondola, that's where it's probably where it comes from. Again, if somebody wants to tell us what that is, feel free to put a comment on.
Let us know.
So, a classic wristwatch in yellow gold. This watch was done in yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, and then a combination of rose and white.
Okay, which is unusual, that one, actually.
Unusual, and I think I really like the rose and white.
Yeah.
I always think rose gold, again, people call it pink gold, which if you were a gentleman, you'd call it rose. If you were a lady, you'd probably call it pink.
Potentially.
I just think if you go classic wristwatch, yellow gold Day-Date, yellow gold Patek.
I mean, they seem to go in and out of fashion over time, don't they? But they always come back around. So this looks like it has a small seconds and then the hour and minute. Is that correct?
So it's not a complication. It's just it's a time only, no chronograph, small seconds. I don't know the dimensions of it. It's on a classic leather strap
like a
with a pin buckle,
yeah,
which again is a little bit more old school. Yeah. It's a Patek buckle. So the polar opposite of this watch with everything with it. This has its original box, but no Patek papers.
Okay.
So at some point it's either been purchased like that or the paperwork's been lost. It's just recently gone to Patek and had a full service. So it has Patek service papers which just authenticate it.
Yeah.
You can get an archive from Patek. When this watch went, it was £25 to get or £125 to get a Patek archive. They've just put it up to £500. Spending £500 on an archive for a watch that's just been is unnecessary.
So what is in the market now? What is that worth?
I think if this was with its original papers up to sort of £15,000 retail, this is going to be marketed at $12,995. I can't show you the bracelet stretch, but obviously when it's been to Patek, it's been factory finished. It's got very, very little wear on the shoulders. It's all, the lines are still crisp.
Okay, so this is a large watch. It's a Graham.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Graham, so is it a
British watch company
brand? I was going to say
a British brand, and if I'd known you were going to pick this out, I would have possibly shown you something that has always tickled me, that's always drawn me to Graham's. Before we went into the EU and got a red passport, Brits used to have a black passport. This watch comes with a Graham black passport. It's virtually identical to an old-fashioned UK passport.
Right. Okay.
So a little bit of nostalgic. Yeah. The brand sells very well in the US.
Okay.
Is
it a long-established brand? Like
long-established brand.
We're talking like 1900s.
Yeah, 100 years.
Wow. Okay.
You see vintage Grahams. So this is a brand new watch.
Yeah.
That's never been worn. It comes with full box and papers. It has a ridiculous RRP. I think somewhere near late sixes, £7,000. Unfortunately, in the UK, it's not a strong brand. Again, to me, it would make a fantastic Christmas present. So if my missus is watching and she'd like to buy this for me for Christmas, feel free. We're going to market it at around about the £4,000 mark. Some really nice, interesting features. It's classed as a part of their Graham vintage range.
Yeah.
It's on what looks like a pin buckle. It's actually a deployant.
Is it an in-house movement?
I would say that with it being Graham, yes, it'll be an in-house movement.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recall them ever using other movements. It is brand new.
And it's a chronograph watch.
And it's a chronograph watch.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool. We will move on. Let's have a look at this one, because again, it's a brand that I haven't.
Good, because you've gone away from there's 3 Hublots there, and we all see Hublots. I'm a big Hublot fan. We could talk about them later, but you've picked something which
it's a brand that everybody knows.
It's a brand that everybody knows,
watches.
but you associate with scarves,
and handbags,
accessories, handbags,
yeah,
and obviously
just
accessories.
high fashion, isn't it?
But a friend of mine's wife has just asked for a Hermes Birkin handbag for Christmas. He rang me and I'd said the 10.5 grand.
Yeah,
he said she can think again. So
I hope he was sitting down.
Yeah. She will get a nice gift for Christmas, but maybe not a Hermes Birkin. What you got to appreciate is Hermes Birkins have resale and residual value. Some of the rarer ones in rarer leathers and skins, they might have a little bit of pony hair on, 15, 20 grand. I think you can pay. I think
you actually have to build up a rapport with the dealer, don't you?
Dealer before you get invited to purchase.
Yeah,
Again, it's when we talk about luxury goods, you get into the realms of bespoke. You can go to London and you can go to a bootmaker and have a bespoke pair of boots. Once you've had the first pair done, they have your last, and it's a lot cheaper. But these are the lifestyles of the rich and famous, shall we say. So you would pay for a Hermes scarf £500, £500 for our US counterparts. So this is a watch. They do produce some accessories. They do produce a watch range. They're famous for their double.
Could I have a look at it? I'm gonna grab it.
They're famous for that double cuff. So they do it for the Apple iWatch. You can get a Hermes strap that goes around your wrist twice.
Yeah. There's only a few brands that do that. Like I think, is it Bulgari do it with the snake?
Bulgari do it with the snake.
Yeah.
I always think, and again, prove me wrong, but I always think if you're going to have a lovely piece of Hermes leather around your wrist, why not have it round twice? I think that's why it was done. You spend a lot of money on a belt, you don't see it. If you've got a Hermes band on your watch, you see it on your wrist. So a little bit of a range that they did, and it's got the classic horse bit at the top. So the lugs are classic horse bit. Again,
and that's a style of lug.
Lug. They do a lot of riding access. You tend to find it.
Stuff, yeah.
So this is where this comes from. A normal standard watch lug at 6 o'clock.
I've actually just noticed that it's not symmetrical, is it?
It's not symmetrical.
So lugs on the top, but nothing on the bottom.
I don't know whether they do this on a double band.
Yeah.
This is more of a classic wristwatch.
Yeah.
So I would say that it's only done on the normal band. I actually know somebody that worked for Hermes and bought a gold one of these. Most fantastic watch. Probably not the best investment, probably not a great residual value, but if you buy things because you like them, a great thing. So again, classic wristwatch on leather.
It's like an alligator strap or some sort.
Again, deployance that looks like a normal pin buckle. This watch has been worn. It's got wear. It's not been heavily worn. This watch is a 2012. It was bought in Harrods. So a little bit of prestige.
So I'm going to say I would have no idea how much that watch would cost, either market value or RRP.
This watch would retail for around about £6,000.
Okay.
It's boxed papers, it's in very good condition, and it's available at Watchtrader for £3,000. So
yeah, a lot of watch.
a lot of watch.
And what is it? It looks to me, I'm going to say
Lot of watch.
43, 44 mil? Something like that?
I would say, 42, 43 mil.
Yeah.
A lot of watch, a great deal of watch. And then we're going to realms of investment. So just because one of the things that I bang the drum for, we're here as a service, you know, to look after watch customers, to look after watch customer needs. So just because it isn't Rolex, AP or Patek doesn't mean to say that it doesn't have a value, doesn't mean to say that we don't want it in to do something with.
No, mate, that's the slight necking on the top there, which I know it's not mine, but it pisses me off every time.
Yeah, that's fine. So that'll go to our workshop today, so it'll be like probably 2 days.
I'm in London from this afternoon.
It'll be back to us within 2-3 days, so whenever you want to collect it, it'll be here.
It might be Friday, it might be early next week, but I mean, there's noticeable on the top there, but if you can go around and clean
You want the full watch then, yeah?
Yeah, if you can.
That's no problem. So that'll be like brand new. That's no problem.
So that's coming for a refurb, yeah?
Yeah, so you've just got a slight little nick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
It's going to pick up the face.
On the top of the bezel. You can almost see it.
Yeah.
The full watch will receive a full refurb, so we'll show you when
Come
that's
back
back and it'll come back
brand
like
new.
brand new.
You need
And
to
this is what
handle anything.
the client is collecting. Tudor Submariner.
So this only came in a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so I was saying, so we actually got the Explorer. Remember the Explorer, the vintage
The
Explorer?
Steve McQueen one.
Yeah.
And that came in, I think, the same.
And this
similar
came
time.
in as well, from the same bag.
Finished, yeah, done.
Really cool watch.
That's brilliant.
You like any links out? Or do you just want to take it as is?
I'll size it myself.
Yeah, perfect. Papers are still in the bottom of the box there. You placed them
Where I
on
put them, so
yeah,
so
exactly
you
where
didn't
you
dig them
put
out.
Bit of new stock just come in today. We've got a whoop beer. I believe this has gone straight out, is it, Josh?
Yeah, sure.
This is 2020 whoop beer. Very hard watch to find now. 2020. We've got two of them actually. We've got another one in today. 2021.
Yeah.
2021. Fresh, as they say, fresh. Brand new. That'll only be bet she'd be only a day or two. That'll be sold. Daytona, ceramic black, 2018. Again, another hot watch. Hot watches just keep dropping here. White gold. The blueberry white gold sub.
It's one
Again,
of my favourite watches, this one.
2021, brand new. Just dropped. People say you can't get them, we can. Pepsi, 2020. And this is for Billy for the weekend. Bust down.
Yeah, maybe.
He'll rock that him at the weekend, won't you, Bill? Try it on.
Little bust down.
These are my kind of watches, these bust downs.
Where you going? You going to a rap concert, like?
Patrick Toppin on the weekend at Newcastle Utility Arena.
You jump about with her, will you?
Oh, she's a good one here. And the rolls.
Separate
I might even wear it for Dubai because it's given us the Dubai kind of feel. So
We'll separate
Feel
the
like
see
a-
me in
a royal
Dubai
shake.
and you're rocking that. Just
We'll separate the kiddos from the bidders, yeah. So this is Billy, yeah. Young, new to the firm, wants to leave it on, wants to rock that. Main man just rocks the 5980, you know.
That's the young and the old.
So we've got the youth and we've got the sophisticated.
It's a classy
Boom.
Boom. I rock that. Like that's a lovely watch. That mind.
Get me after the haircut, please, mate. I promise I really don't want to be on.
Get him on.
Hello, watch trader.
Hiya, mate. I just double checking. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions about a certain reference of a watch on your website.
Yeah, do you have the product code?
Yeah, well, I think it's the product code. I've got the. So it's a Datejust 41,
Yeah.
and it's 126 300
Yeah.
2020.
Which one, mate? We have about 7.
It's the one like that's a bit of a Tiffany colour.
Yeah, Tiffany, so it's a custom Tiffany dial.
Yeah. So how's that? Is that someone just got that done for themselves? Is that how it's worked?
No, we've bought the dial, so the watch comes originally within a Zero Blue original Rolex dial, and we've obviously just bought a custom dial to put it in.
Oh, right. So how does that work? Does the whole Rolex warranty and all that sort of still sit with a watch like that?
Yes, so if you ever needed to send it back to Rolex, you would just send it back with the original dial in, which we can do for you.
Right, oh, I see.
So you're basically just getting a little bit of like a unique watch. It also comes with the original dial, so you can swap it back at any time you want, free of charge from
And
us.
how much, if you went into a normal watch shop, how much would they cost to swap the dial in?
We can do it for you. So,
If I ever needed it to be swapped, you'd swap it? Is
yes,
that what you mean?
correct, yeah.
But how much would a normal watch shop cost to swap the dial?
Probably like 100 quid.
Oh, really?
Top of my head.
One of the conversations I wanted to have with you, right, is that I've got a 41mm Oyster peripheral, brand spanking new, the silver face.
Yeah.
And I wondered what, to basically part exchange it against that.
Yeah,
I did try and go online on your app thing the other day, and I just gave up on it because it just kept on buffering it, and I couldn't get through to it at all.
Okay. Is it a 41mm?
It's a 41mm, never been worn, silver face.
We would give 5,500 in Part X.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey. Okay. Because obviously, if I'm looking at Watchfinder, they're knocking him out for about 8k.
Yeah, but you look at Watchfinder for the same watch as what I'm going to sell you, and they're probably asking £1,500 more, £2,000 more. We sold one of your watches for 6,500.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver dial is probably one of like the least popular dials, along with black. Everyone just wants the hot Tiffany dials, red dial, green dial.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, the Tiffany watch that you've got there, it does look really cool, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
So it comes with the zero blue dial as well, so we're not really charging anything extra for the dial, even though they're a few £100. So we'll just swap them out. So you get like two watches for the price of one watch, basically.
Oh, you're a great salesman.
Yeah, that's why it's my job. That's why I'm good at my job.
I just didn't expect a little bit more on the. Is that as high as you would go on that then?
Yeah, so we'll do 55 and 85, so 3,000 to swap. Our watch is brand new, 2020.
Yeah, all right. Let me have a think about it, mate. But thanks for your time.
No problem at all. Thanks, mate.
All right, bye.
Cheers. Bye bye. See, that with a trim would have been very good footage. Let's see what I look like.
High quality content.
It's the 16610.
16610.
Yeah, not double one. Yeah, because he said you might not.
Yeah, we have double. So that's a ceramic model. So that's a 13 with box and papers. But we have the only pre-ceramic something like that. So that's what we have.
Do you want to watch in the back?
So that's a 16710.
What year is that? About 2005, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good guess. So that's 2005 with
How much
box
is
and
this one?
papers. Sorry?
How much is this one?
That's 13,000. I think it's online for 13,500, but it can be 13. So that's original everything, unpolished, full set, everything with it.
You don't have the Sea Dweller then, equivalent, the one...
The pre-ceramic?
Yeah.
Pre-ceramic, pre-ceramic things,
size.
as soon as we get in stock, it just seems to fly out, so we don't actually have any. There's another discontinued one, so that's an older Explorer. But we can always locate it for you. Obviously, we don't have it in stock now, but we can always put out a few calls and try to locate it for you.
Could you see about the...
Yeah.
It's really...
Is it any age dependent, or
it's got to be
not
05 upwards.
05 upwards.
Yeah,
okay.
I just don't want the solid end length.
Yeah, okay.
You know, with the no holes case.
Yeah. So you want a 2005 plus 166.
I had that before, you see, and it was... I only did
full set only, or do you...
No, only full set. Yeah,
only
please,
full set,
yeah.
No problem. What I'll do is I'll take your number. What's your number, mate?
Let's have a look at that. Yeah, OP.
No problem. I'll put out a few calls for you. Because we're obviously a big network of dealers, so we can try and locate something like that quite fast.
Yeah, because I offered you a watch the other day actually through your Instagram, but I think it was a bit too...
I'll see how much. So brand new yellow baguette did it, yeah? Hello, mate. How much would we give for a yellow champagne did it baguette? Brand new. I don't think we're miles apart on the yellow baguette. What would we give? Okay, about 32 grand we would give.
Right, let me just message my pal whose it is.
Have you got many more watches in your collection, or?
Just literally a no-date sub.
Pre-ceramic or ceramic?
Pre-ceramic, 14060M.
Yeah.
Full set, 2007.
I'd
probably look at trading that in, you see, against the sub.
Guess you like a brand new watch, aren't it? bezel on it's like literally mint.
Yeah,
It's never been touched.
isn't
It's
it?
literally been put away
Yeah,
for
yeah.
years and years. Hardly even worn. Because you see a lot of these being replaced bezels.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not original, but that's unpolished original.
Well, my mate picked one
full
up.
collector's set.
2004 one for 10,150, but wasn't in the condition that this is in. It was full set.
I feel like it's quite a cheap watch. Things like that just go by like literally like every 3 weeks they just go up and up. So I think at the minute it's priced to sell, but if it doesn't get much more interest in the next few days, I think we're probably just going to lift the price because we're not massively fussed about selling it. It's such a good collector set.
What have you got in yours then?
Diamond Datejust 41.
What? Do you have anything like that?
Oh, no. I want to get one which is my birthday, 2000. That's what I'm looking for.
Right, okay.
Next one that pops out.
Yeah. So that'll be the holes in the case.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is lovely, but it means nothing to me that age. If it's pre-ceramic anyway, I'd rather just get my actual age.
Yeah.
This is quite cool.
They all aftermarket ones.
Yeah, so these are custom.
Yeah.
These free. And obviously you've got this is a Steven Gerrard one off 186.
I saw it on your
it's quite
Instagram.
a cool watch. And
so was that made especially for him?
It was, so I'm not actually sure what it was what it was actually for. I don't know if it was for his retirement or winning certain something. Yeah, so it's a sea dweller. Even if you're not a Steven Gerrard fan, just the watch in general is like a cool watch to have. But I believe they only went out to like friends and family plus like a few extras. So if you want like a limited watch.
What year is it?
2014, I want to say.
Because it looks smaller than the normal maxi case, doesn't it?
I'll tell you now. So they're only produced in 1 year.
What are they? Are they 43 millimeters?
I think it's smaller. I think it's the old Seedweller 4000.
Yeah,
it's the
smaller.
smaller.
Like more of a 40 that.
It's a 2015. It's a 116600.
Right.
So the size wise is perfect. Like something like the new Seedweller is far too chunky on me, whereas with that it's wearable.
How much is that one?
That's up for 18,500.
Special, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just for the certain client. You're either going to love Steven Gerrard and buy it, or you're just going to buy it because it's such a cool watch.
Yeah.
And you know, realistically, you're never going to see anyone else with that on your wrist.
Definitely not.
So, but no, let me keep an eye out on
if you let us know about the
sub-dates. And obviously we can do it here if I find one, or we can do the deal in Manchester.
I'll probably just drive up here.
I'd always rather you come up here because obviously it's a bit more of an occasion. So it's better for you.
So if you get one, I'll find some pictures over of the Note 8.
That's fine, mate. No problem at all. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Let's do two very, very polar apart watches.
Yeah.
So, your epitome. These are both big bangs. So again, Hublot's been going for a long time. We have an old customer here who has had a Hublot for 30 years. It's much more dressy, much more classic. We have a right job getting the straps when she wears the leather straps out, but that's another story. So in the mid 2005, 2006, Hublot decided to start to give the other watch companies, I think they had investment put in.
I think I remember reading they got like a new
CEO or a new owner that said, right, we want to give, and for quite a few years, the big bang was the watch to have. My friends were, I want a big bang, I want a big bang. They had a marvellous marketing idea as to target footballers, target football clubs. Let's give the
So they were on the influencer marketing before it was
way
really
before.
a thing.
So this big bang of sorts hit the marketplace, and it was done with components of steel, ceramic, rubber, all new, all tried and tested things, but all new to the luxury watch, the new to this sort of...
Yeah, because you wouldn't think rubber and luxury wasn't really in the same dictionary before, was it?
Then, obviously, the beauty of the Rolex Oyster Flex is you can go on holiday, you can go in the pool, you can go in... Because we live in an age where security is an issue, you don't want to be taking your watch off, leaving it in the room to go in the pool or to go swimming in the sea.
Yeah.
So these watches were marketed for all uses. I mean, you wouldn't go in the pool, although this strap is leather, but it's rubberized, so the back's rubber, the edges are rubber. You still just wouldn't go in the pool or the sea with that.
And are these 42, 44?
The 44 mil.
I mean, they clearly take inspiration from like Genta-esque design as well,
Yeah.
from your Nautiluses and your Royal Oaks, right? With that marine, it almost looks like a porthole, a cabin.
Yeah,
Is that what
well,
you call
that's
it?
one of the things that they did.
Yeah.
The early boxes all had a porthole in.
Yeah.
So you got your Hublot box, you lifted it, it had a porthole in the top, you would put a bit of leather over the top, but if you wanted to, you could leave your watch in plain sight in a porthole. It's all design, it's all that sort of marked. This watch again is super, super rare. It's one of only 30 watches. Now 30 watches worldwide is a very, very low production number.
So what is this? Is this ceramic or is that...
Ceramic.
Yeah.
It's ceramic and ceramic and steel, or ceramic and titanium, the back might be. It was commissioned by a company in the south of France who have a shop in Cannes called Chronometry 1884. 1884 sounds about right. That might be a lager though. Could, I'm partial to both. The shop's commissioned for their own. There's a shop in London called Marcus. They commission a lot of runs on 30, 50, 100 pieces for themselves.
And Hublot are quite known for doing limited watches, aren't they?
Yeah. They do the football club runs. They do, the most football managers, most, football legends have been seen wearing Hublot.
This one is rose gold.
Rose gold.
I'm guessing 18 carats.
18 carat rose gold.
And then the sides are a different material, though?
Yeah, that's carbon inside.
Okay.
So the same that runs through the clasp. So that watch is a 2017 box, papers. So this is a relatively new watch that would retail for somewhere £28,000
for this one?
For this rose gold. The new equivalent is probably 31, 32 for a slightly revised model.
So market price today from Watchtrader?
Market price today, it's going to be marketed at 17,995, 16,995, something like that. So again, represents really good value for money because hasn't got the AP brand following, but you're getting an awful lot of watch. I mean, I think this when it was new was about 17,000 euros. So in 2004, which I think this is one of the very early big bangs, so that the pound to the euro, that would probably at the time be about £12,000. That watch is going to be more. I think it's got to be somewhere £15,000 because of its rarity. Don't think I've ever seen a one for sale. I have a friend of mine who really likes orange, so you've seen it here first. Like I say, I'm not 100% on the value of that, but I think somewhere around about £15,000 for a collector. I have a friend of mine that collects anything in low production, so he has a Graham which is in the 50s. He has a Hublot which is in the hundreds. You don't have to go big bang. This is what's called classic fusion.
Okay.
So this is how they started. More like this, a little bit dressier. Again, this is rose gold, and I think it's about a 38, 39 mil. Really good colouring, sort of a grey leather rubberized strap with the grey dial, marketed for a smaller wrist. A more slight gentleman would look great on a lady. The straps go down small enough again, speaking from my experience, because my other half loves to pinch a Hublot. This would retail, again, it's a 2017 watch, box and papers.
Yeah.
I think the retail value was about £15,000-16,000. I would think that's going to get marketed at around about 11, maybe £12,000. This watch has been worn, I don't know who by. It is like new, apart from my grubby fingerprints on it now. But if you have a look at the back of the strap, there isn't one crease, there isn't one mark. Again, probably been bought by somebody with multiple watches in a collection, and it's been worn for high days and holy days. People sometimes say, why do you part with watches? I started collecting watches when I worked in a clothes store, and I always wanted to build up a collection of watches, go down to London and put them all in part exchange for a Rolex doctor's watch, a Rolex Prince, 1930s. I realised after some years that I had these watches that I'd paid £50, £70 for, a couple of £100 here. I realised that I had more than enough watches. Probably half of them would get me a Rolex Prince, but then I decided I don't really want one. These collectibles, tell a little story. I, over the years, have only parted with things to improve that collection. So, you might decide to sell a classic Patek to buy another Patek. One of my best friends, it's the only reason he parts with things, when he gets the call to say there's a watch available, so something will have to go.
One in, one out.
I don't think he's in a position where he's got a good collection, but I don't think he's in a position just to buy everything. Quite a cross section of watches. Some things that are very collectible, some things that will appeal to some people and won't appeal to others. But if we were all sheep, we'd be herded around in a field.
So there is one left in the box. We'll start with a day date. I guess we can finish talking about a day date.
Yeah, finish with a day date. Now,
my initial question is that a factory dial? Because I actually think that looks really cool.
That is a factory dial. Now, this watch is polar opposite of this, 1998, 2019, purchased in Selfridges, but purchased with a white Roman dial.
Right, what? So it's had a dial swap?
It's had a dial swap.
Okay, right.
But that is a genuine factory Rolex dial.
And was that dial... Oh, of course it was a day date because it's got the cutout, okay.
So done by, I believe, Centre Rolex, and a dial change done.
Right. So with the day dates, that's obviously on a Oyster style band, full gold of course, and it doesn't have the fluted bezel, so it's
so a more modern looking watch. Some people, I always say that if you like a red car, you like a red car. If you like a black car, you like a black car. Bracelets, dials are personal preference. Some people like a President. It's by far the best selling bracelet. Some people, because that's the same bracelet that you would have on your Submariner. So if you've got a stainless steel Submariner that you wear every day, you may plumb for that. Smooth bezel was a early 2000s, came out, but not a massive success. People sometimes think, is that the cheaper option? Virtually the same price, virtually the same price bracelets. It just gives you an option. It's still got some of the stickers on the clasp.
Yeah, but it's a concealed clasp, which you don't see
clasp,
very often, do you?
Which you only get on, even if you were to order, a Jubilee, you'd get, even going back 20 years, the clasps were concealed. You had your classic clasp with your Rolex crest on, but it's just, I always like to do it. There's no stretch in that. It's a 2019. The watch hasn't been refurbed. It's modern, so it's going to get refurbed. The person that buys this watch will want it pristine, I would have thought. But again, it's available and it's available in this form. It's available refurbed, doesn't need a service. But again, an unusual watch, and which I think is already live at £30,000. So it's not a green dial Daytona,
but it's got the colour scheme to match.
But it's got the colour scheme, and I think Josh likes to call it money green.
I think the gold and the green, it's a great looking combo.
Yeah.
Really is.